Alright, what is good with y'all, man? So, this is the official preview and predictions for AEW's WrestleDream, the up and coming AEW pay per view event, Saturday, October 18th, 2025. There are about 8 matches on the card. This should be a very good show from AEW. And to try to keep this video short and sweet, I ain't gonna really waste any time with the intro. I'm gonna go right into it. We're going to start with the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin versus MVP, taking on the Demand once again, Ricochet, Bishop Khan, and Toa Lione. I know I mispronounced his name. This is the rematch from All Out. Obviously, Ricochet and his team was able to get the win. I do think this time we could possibly see the Hurt Syndicate get their lick back and possibly win this match. Nothing really more I can really say about it, but you can tell that, what story that they're playing, obviously, with this feud. So, if you've been watching AEW, but I got the Hurt Syndicate winning this one. You have Jamie Hayter taking on Delka. I think that's how you pronounce her name. If I mispronounce her name, I apologize. This is the one of the newest signings to AEW recently. She's been already making a killing, given how she's one of the most known Japanese women wrestlers. I'm gonna be real with you, and you all know I like Jamie Hayter, but I feel like they're really trying to go in with this Delka girl and gonna possibly see her really competing for the world title. If not by the end of this year, probably next year. Honestly, I think she's gonna end up beating Jamie Hayter. My honest opinion, I think that could be like a little shock and be like, yo, like this woman is nothing to play around. Like this woman is very serious. So it should be a very good match. But I thought I got Delco picking up the win against Jamie Hayter. Maybe Jamie Hayter and her could probably have a series of matches. So this may not be the first and only match they have on one another. You got a tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships player. You got Brodito, Bandino, and Brody King taking on the Don Callis family, Kazuchika Okada and Konata Taketsuka. Now, obviously, Okada and KT been having a little bit of some issues lately. Obviously, if you've been watching it, or I don't even know if I want to use the word tension. I think tension would probably be the better word to say it. Especially after that triple threat match they had it all out. But I think regardless, I think Bandino and Brody King, I don't see them losing these tag team titles anytime soon. As a matter of fact, I think they're going to end up retaining the AEW World Tag Team titles in what should be a very solid match for the tag team championships. Kyle Fletcher, Mark Briscoe for the AEW TNT Championship. I like Mark Briscoe, and I wouldn't mind him winning the championship. However, Kyle Fletcher has been on a roll. I think Kyle Fletcher, honestly, is going to end up retaining the AEW TNT Championship. I just don't see, with the way they've been presenting Kyle Fletcher lately, I don't see him losing 2 pay-per-views in a row. I mean, he just lost the last pay-per-view, the main event, to be in fact. And now next pay-per-view, he loses. Like, Mark Briscoe going to put up a fight, but in the end, I think Kyle Fletcher is going to end up retaining the AEW TNT Championship. The returned Jurassic Express are taking on the Young Bucks, and the winning team receives a $500,000 cash prize. They do these matches from time to time, where, especially on Collision, where if you win, you get a big little sum of money. I don't mind the idea. Kind of raise the stakes a little bit. Kind of makes the match even like more competitive, because now, you put the money on the line. Everybody, trying to compete for the money. I do think that Jurassic Express will win. I mean, how fitting it would be for them to get a win over the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks, I think, are at that point where they can afford just lose. Like they'll obviously crash out over losing $500,000. So that'll be, I guess, entertaining to see depending on through your point of view. But I got Jurassic Express winning. This should be a pretty good tag match, and yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Chris Statlander, Tony Storm for the Women's World Championship. I'm actually looking forward to this one. I know they had cut a promo not too long ago where they were in the ring with each other, like it was a soap opera or something. But that's kind of what you get when you were Tony Storm now these days. Honestly, I got Chris Statlander winning. There's no way they're going to give the title back to Tony Storm this early on. Like Chris Statlander reign, I see her having somewhat of hopefully a very good reign as AEW Women's World Champion. And what better way to kind of continue it is by beating the former champion Tony Storm. So now we're getting into another big match, marquee match, Darby Allin, Jon Moxley, I Quit match. I think this might be the death nail or the nail, the final in the Jon Moxley and Darby Allin series. I mean, WrestleDream, this is where it all started technically last year. Ryan Danielson's career was ended by Jon Moxley and the Death Rider. So I think this time around, I think Darby will win. I think Jon Moxley will say, I quit. If Jon Moxley has no problem tapping out after taking bouts of punishment, I'm sure he won't have no problem saying, I quit. Because it's like, if Darby Allin loses, it's like, okay, this is over. Like Darby's just not, it's just never going to beat Jon Moxley. And obviously this is another match where they're going to just beat the absolute shit out of each other. These things like the I Quit match and the coffin match, it gets their way of really being able to beat the shit out of each other, because that's what Darby Allin likes to do. That's what Jon Moxley likes to do. And that's exactly what that match is going to be about. Now, you look at the main event, you got Hangman Adam Page versus Samoa Joe for the AEW World Championship. This should be another nice little main event, and I think this will be another win, a nice little win for Hangman Page under his belt. Samoa Joe, we all know how good Samoa Joe is. I don't need to give you a full-length monologue, but I don't see him winning this match whatsoever. And with that being said, I think I done pretty much went through all the matches. So that has been the preview and predictions for WrestleDream. Man, y'all be good. Y'all be safe out there, man. You already know what this is, man. I'm out. Peace.